EU readies retaliatory tariffs as Trump maintains trade pressure. Brussels, June 25, 2025. The European Union is preparing retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods after President Donald Trump confirmed that a 10% baseline tariff on European exports will remain in place despite months of trade negotiations. EU officials had hoped for tariff relief following high-level discussions, but recent signals from Washington indicate otherwise. According to Bloomberg, the European Commission has yet to formally respond, but internal briefings suggest countermeasures are being readied. We must act to restore balance across key sectors if the U.S. insists on a one-sided agreement, said EU Industry Commissioner Stéphanie Séjourné. That includes maintaining a 10% tariff even after negotiations conclude. Deadline looms. With a critical July 9th deadline approaching, nearly 70% of EU exports to the U.S., valued at around $380 billion to US $439 billion, are at risk of being subjected to tariffs of up to 50%. The Commission is accelerating talks, but warns that many U.S. demands, including fishing quotas, non-reciprocal trade protections, and economic security clauses, conflict with World Trade Organization, WTO standards, civil aviation in the crosshairs. The European aviation industry is among the most exposed. Trump's continued tariff push would hit Airbus, headquartered in France, with a fresh 10% duty, an act Séjourné called unfair and potentially distorting. We can't allow critical European industries to be disadvantaged, he added, referring also to sectors like semiconductors, pharma, and agricultural goods. Past and future measures. The EU has already imposed tariffs on $21 billion worth of U.S. goods in response to earlier steel and aluminum duties. These measures strategically target products from politically sensitive states, including soybeans from Louisiana, home to U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson. A $95 billion extended tariff list is also under review, pending feedback from EU member states and affected industries. Meanwhile, the UK, post-Brexit, has struck a separate deal with the U.S., agreeing to a continued 10% tariff on most of its exports. Trump's take. During a recent media stop after the G7 summit in Canada, President Trump reiterated his tough stance. They need to make a good deal, or they will pay what we decide, he said. What's next? EU officials say progress is being made, but warn that a deal in principle must be reached before July 9th to prevent escalation. Without it, tariff wars between the world's largest economies could deepen, affecting everything from aerospace to farming. Trade Commissioner Maroš Šefčovič noted that Europe is willing to be flexible, but won't accept a deal that undermines its industries or the rules-based global order. As the clock ticks, both sides are racing not just to resolve tariffs, but to prevent a new trade war that could rattle global markets.